Rappers use design and marketing to literally control your mind into liking them and following them through these simple things, which I'll explain in the video. My name is Nanamin. I was an artist development manager on a major label, and now I help artists grow, brand, and monetize independently. And I don't know if you've been paying attention, but every rapper that gets signed ultimately ends up getting a few of the same things. They get chains, they get cars, they get luxury designer clothes, and they often get like big houses or some shit, right? And some people think, oh, he signed a contract, he got the advance, he got the money, he's rich, so he's successful. But that is not true. See, in the average mind, in the average fan's mind, they're just a normal person. So they often don't consider that everything in the music industry is done for a reason, and every little move that people make is actually a manipulation tactic. So how does the manipulation tactic work, and how can you replicate it as an independent artist? In short terms, what even is a brand? If you watched other branding videos in the past, they would have told you that a brand is basically what people think about your business, what people think about you. But that isn't very helpful because that doesn't tell you what to do. How do you develop a brand? How do you control what people think about you on the internet? This is actually very easy. The way you control what people think about you, the easiest way to do that is to become a person that is associated with things people already like. People love Louis Vuitton. So if you wear Louis Vuitton, they will love you. That's literally how it works. It's that simple. I bet you haven't thought about it too much, but if you wear designer clothes, the first thing they see is a brand that they love and respect, and then they associate you with it, and they love and respect you just a little bit more than if you weren't wearing that brand. But there is another mechanism that comes into play. Two more even. Let's cover the first one. So the first one is you actually become a person that controls resources. You become a person that has access to something that people want. And let's just imagine this. You're just on your daily commute anywhere, right? To fucking McDonald's or to the grocery store, and you meet a person. You talk to them, they're a cool guy, right? You become friends. You add each other on Insta, you follow, you go get a few beers, and it turns out that that person is rich. Somewhere deep inside you, I don't care how virtuous you are, somewhere deep inside you, when you imagine this, did you hope that they'll put you on and help you in some way? Oh, hell yeah, you did. Because this is a subconscious human mechanism, baby. Even if you didn't catch it, it happened. When a person has access to resources, we want to respect them. We want to listen to them. They get automatic authority from people who don't have access to the resources because access is what people want. When we see a rich guy, when we see a rich girl, we naturally hope that they'll share some of the wealth or at least some of the knowledge on how to attain that wealth with us. And the music industry knows this, and this is why every rapper has diamond chains. And the normal kid who's working at McDonald's will be like, oh, how do they have that money? They must know something that I don't. No, cunt, their label gave them everything, okay? I'm sorry if I shattered the illusion of the entertainment industry. People who work in music, please don't hate me for this. But I really want independent artists to win and to realize this, that when you drape yourself in all these luxuries, other people perceive you as an important person. That's just that. And this is something the music industry uses, but there is a third effect that gets triggered at the very same time. As these first two things are happening, the third thing is the halo effect. That's right, baby. When you look like you are successful, when people think that you are successful, because remember, they think you have access or some knowledge that they don't have, you also get the halo effect, which means that people like you because other people like you. So it's no accident that every fucking rapper that gets signed gets these things. Like, that's the first things they fucking get, because the halo effect gets triggered. And so people see other people like you, respect you, give you authority. People see other people like fawn over you and become your fan, and they're like, huh, there must be something about that guy that I should at least look into. Everyone else likes it, right? Our primal brains, how do you know to eat a mushroom or not to eat a mushroom? Other people eat this mushroom and they don't die, so this mushroom seems fine, right? Maybe this is something you should eat. That's literally how our lizard brain fucking works. And your ass and literally everybody else's ass is being exploited by these very simple simple psychological principles that you now know. And you might say, okay, bro, Nanami, thank you for that. Okay, I respect this. I respect what you said. But how do I activate this as an independent artist? I don't have tons of money to invest into Louis Vuitton. I don't have any cool cars, right? They cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I certainly don't fucking have a luxury mansion that I live in. So how can I replicate this effect? Listen up, buddy. I'll give you the blueprint. The first thing you can do, and this will really depend on if this is something you're comfortable doing, but the first thing you can do is drape yourself in jewelry from Shein, right? Chains on Shein, they cost like $2 to $4, and I have tons of artists I work with that leverage this to very high effect because they get the halo effect, they get the access controlling person effect without breaking the bank. You can get Balenciaga and Louis Vuitton and all that. You literally go to like AliExpress and Taobao, you put in the image from the official like website, and I'm sorry I'm teaching you how to get bootleg merch, but this is for a purpose, okay? It's fake it till you make it type shit. You put it into the AliExpress, and AliExpress will give you a ton of fucking vendors that sell the same thing. You can also go on Reddit r/fashion reps, and people will teach you a whole ton of ways and suppliers and where to get all these designer luxury clothes for basically like free, right? For dirt cheap. This Balenciaga, for the record, like I do have real designer items, but this Balenciaga in particular is a $70 piece I got from Cloyad. So, if you've ever watched my videos and you're like, man, that guy's wears designer, you've been music industry. I'm sorry, bro, but this shit works. And like I said, I do buy reels as well, but this is a personal thing. What about like cool cars and luxury mansions? Well, bro, I have good news for you. We live in a day and age where entire fucking movies are filmed on the green screen. And I'm about to show you a clip where I'm standing in front of a Rolls-Royce Cullinan and like rapping. Я поднял первый вес кокаина, он был на ключе, кэш полоборота, я уже мечтал о кирпиче, еще. The thing is, none of what you're seeing exists. I literally rapped in front of a green screen and I put this thing behind me and boom, I'm suddenly on the street with a cool car. And you can do this with a bit of AI leverage to put yourself inside of these cars. You can do this without AI leverage to put yourself in these luxury mansions and film content there. And many people will say, I don't want to do that. That feels like tricking people. Bro, everybody in the music industry is doing this. Either play the game or like, I don't know, find other ways to keep up. I'm giving you the easy meta strategy that you can just go and you can do right now. The one thing to watch out for is if you're draped in all designer clothes and you're sitting in a house like mine, just a French fucking country home, it's nothing crazy, people will catch on. So if you do start curating that luxury image, you need to curate this image successfully. Another tip I gave an artist I'm working with is try out luxury hotels and Airbnbs. He has a bit of money, he can go to a hotel, book a night, film his content for the month, and then boom, he's a luxurious guy in a luxurious setting, right? But really he paid like $250 for a night at the hotel. Boom. So there are plenty of ways that you can replicate these psychological effects. And really, if you do this correctly, and if you do this like you pull this off well enough, people will think you're an industry plant because only signed artists really get this kind of treatment. If you aren't signed, if you're independent and you're playing the same game they are, and you get better at it than them, then, you're gonna make it, you're gonna be huge. Millions of monthly listeners and really good fan engagement are all within your reach if you're just willing to play a bit of the fake it till you make it game. I do realize this is not for everybody. Some people will want to take a different avenue. That's fine. But this is how you're being tricked even right now. Most rappers are just out there on leased shit or like fake Chinese shit. And you think it's all real and you think they're important because they look like they have money. Trust me, I've worked in the industry. Most of them don't. But if you like this video, do check out the Skool community because there is a full video guide in there on how to do these green screen and these AI videos that you can pick up and you can watch. On your second month, you need to do something else before you do that, but it is available in there, so do give it a go. It's an absolutely good investment. I really believe this. We really make winners in there. When people stick around for longer than 1 month, in like 3, 4, 5 months, people start getting real results. And you can too. This works works for everybody. Even if you watch this video and you're not a rapper, let's say you're doing metal, it will be a little bit different for you, but all the basic principles, they still work. So regardless of who you are, what type of music you make, what type of monthly listenership you're on, success is really just a few footsteps away. But you need to be willing to play the game. Too many people say, oh, I'm willing to do anything, and then they say, oh, but I won't do this, but I won't do that. That's not how you should play the game, bro. If you're playing to win, do everything it takes to win. I'll see you in the next one.